Well, Paddy, I want to show a little bit of footage of you and Jordan Leavitt here at your stare down. You know, it's interesting. I'll have you talk through it. What was in your mind here?
Well, I went back and done an interview with BT after it, and I just couldn't stop laughing the whole time. That was sick, you know. That's made my day. You know what I mean? That was absolutely brilliant. But yeah, as you say, obviously you're always trying to one-up your last performance. Doesn't always work, but I know it's going to this weekend. In the O2 last time, I got a submission against the striker, and I know this time I'm going to get a knockout against the grappler. You know what I mean? And I know I am. I'll be sorely disappointed in myself if he gets out the first round. I really will.
Well, he said a lot about saying that the crowd really isn't going to be a factor, and that's not going to affect him. And he said, how drunk could they be? It'll only be 9 o'clock.
Have you seen me at 8:10 after I've fought?
Literally, my mates were in the crowd today, and they got the train up this morning, and they were all drunk. You know what I mean? They were drunk in the crowd today, lad, and that's not even the fight. You know what I mean? Don't you worry. You'll hear my fans and Molly's fans going absolutely banyans. It's going to happen, and I can't believe he's trying to say it's not going to affect them, because it's already affected them. I saw that affect them. The fact we were meant to do a sit-down interview across the table the other day, and he backed out at 11:30 the night before when we were doing it at 1 PM in the afternoon. And then I've had interviewers saying to me, he says what you say doesn't get in his head. If what I say doesn't get in your head, bro, you would have done that sit-down interview the other day. But I'm in there rent-free. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Rent-free. Well, listen, Mal, for you, obviously Hannah Goldie is woman coming in here and trying to play spoiler. You know, you don't want to get ahead of yourself, right? You want to knock out, but you don't want to go head hunting. How do you pace yourself, knowing you're going to have so much adrenaline and you really are looking for that finish?
Pace yourself. She doesn't need to pace herself. She's got 3 5-minute rounds of swinging hands, no matter what. You know what I mean? She's always got that in the gas tank.
Do you know what I do? I don't have 10-inch reach advantage on me. I get to go in and fight my game. Ultimately, will the crowd, will she be sitting there after listening to that a little bit like this? Will the dog be sitting in? Yeah, I've been there. I've had to go and be 4-1 underdog in America fighting Ariane Lipsky. I know exactly what's going through her head, and I defied the odds and I went on to win. So I've treated this like it's the hardest fight of my life, and it's going to be the hardest night for me to finish here. Every woman who gets in there, I give my utmost respect to. But the second that door closes, I'm going to take the centre of that cage and I'm going to punch your head in.
And I think this is going to be a great matchup. I love this matchup between you two. There's a video that I saw, Paddy, where you're watching Molly's fight and you get emotional and you say, oh, look, there's Paul. Talk to me a little bit about having Paul Rim as your coach, what that's meant to you guys.
To be honest, like I always say to people, there's been people in Liverpool who've tried to lie and tell people that they're my head coach, but Paul Rimmer's my only head coach. He's like a father figure to me, to be honest. I call him my second dad. We call him Uncle Rimmer. Everyone in the gym calls him Uncle Rimmer. Behind my father, he is probably the biggest role model that I've got. You know what I mean? He doesn't get enough credit for all the hard years of work he's been doing.
It's the third time in this interview.
He really doesn't get the credit, and I promise you now, this crop of fighters we've got coming through, me and the young lads in the gym, I know within a 2-3 years time, we're going to have about 6-7 fighters signed to the UFC. Me and Molly are just the beginning. Trust me.
The gym's learned the mistakes with us. They know the blueprint, and now they've got that there for everyone else. So it's nice to have a family environment. You've seen everything on the Connected show that you guys.
We need to give the other lads a shout out as well, to be honest. Obviously, there's Paul, but Ellis and Adam used to be our teammates. They used to train and fight with us. They both took a step back from fighting and
so we can
being very selfish of me. Right. Without them, you know what I mean? It wouldn't be the same. Without them two, it really wouldn't be the same. Them two, the assistant head coaches. It's just, it's special what's going on in our gym right now, and you're going to realise that over the next couple of years.
You're seeing the reels on the UFC, and you're seeing Ellis Hampson will structure the pads, the mitts. And what I did, finished my fight, and what he did with him, finished his fight. So they've got to a level where their coaching IQ is as high as our fighting IQ.
Molly, you spoke about, I'm sorry, Karen, about, you guys just spoke about more people coming up from the gym and everything. You guys are only at the beginning. Do you guys want to continue to fight on the same cards like this as always? Or is that added pressure? Or do you enjoy it? You relish this?
We love it.
Coaches love it too, or is it too much for him?
We love it.
I mean,
you guys love it. Coaches don't always love having to go back to back, but like, you guys feed off of it.
Like my last amateur fight, he was fighting professional on Cage Warriors the whole way through. It's all we've ever known, and my greatest fights have come whilst he's been on the card, and I know my performance will have elevated his performance the last 2 times also, because without being like a jealous way, you want to outdo me.
Yeah.
You know, like in a positive way. Like I've got to make sure my performance is better than that.
The good thing about us is, like, we feed off each other's energy. We don't hinder it. You know what I mean? I've had teammates in the past where they've hindered our energy. We're 2 outgoing, loud people, and we just feed off each other's energy. And I think everyone gets that. Everyone who watches understands that. And we're like a tag team partnership. You know what I mean?
I love it. I love it. Well, the thing is, too.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.